Chosen ones, God is warning you about someone with the initial J. Pay attention. Listen closely, because this is not something you can afford to ignore, and if you scroll away now, you may miss a turning point that could protect your peace, your heart, and even your future. I am warning you about a person whose name begins with the letter J, because their presence in your life carries hidden weight, unseen influence, and a quiet impact that you have not fully understood yet. This is not about fear, but about awareness, because what happens next depends on whether you choose to see clearly or remain blind to what has already been revealed to your spirit. I am opening your eyes now so you can recognize what your intuition has been whispering all along. Type Amen to affirm. You have already felt something was off, even if you tried to ignore it or explain it away. There were moments when your energy felt drained after being around them, moments when confusion replaced clarity, and times when your peace quietly slipped away without a clear reason. I have been showing you signs, not to frighten you, but to prepare you, because this connection is not as simple as it appears on the surface. There is something deeper, something that requires your attention right now, before it grows into something harder to handle. I need you to stay with me and not turn away, because what I am revealing is for your protection and your growth. Within your heart, you have already sensed the tension between what feels right and what feels forced, and that tension is not accidental. I place that awareness inside you so you would not walk blindly into situations that could harm your peace. If this resonates within you, gently show your support by liking this video, because it helps this truth reach others who are quietly struggling with the same hidden confusion. The person with the initial J is not necessarily someone who appears harmful at first glance. They may seem kind, familiar, or even comforting in certain moments, which is why this situation has been difficult for you to fully understand. But what matters is not just how they appear, it is how they affect your spirit, your thoughts, and your sense of stability over time. Pay attention to the patterns, not just the moments, because patterns reveal truth in a way that temporary kindness cannot hide. You are chosen, and that means your sensitivity is not weakness, it is guidance. When something feels off, it is because I am nudging you, guiding you, and protecting you from something you cannot fully see yet. The confusion you have felt is not random, and the emotional weight you have carried around this person is not without reason. I am calling you to step back and observe, not react impulsively, but see clearly with the wisdom I am placing in your heart. Type 1111 if you believe. There are conversations you have had with this person that left you questioning yourself, doubting your own feelings, or feeling smaller than you truly are. This is not how healthy connections are meant to feel. I created you with strength, clarity, and purpose, and anyone who slowly chips away at that is not aligned with the path I have set for you. This realization may feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary, because growth often begins with truth that is hard to accept. You have been trying to give the benefit of the doubt, trying to hold on to the good moments, and trying to avoid conflict or distance. That shows your heart, your kindness, and your desire to see the best in others. But I am reminding you that protecting your peace is not selfish, it is essential. You cannot continue to ignore the quiet warnings inside you, because those warnings are my voice guiding you towards safety and clarity. This is not about cutting people off in anger or reacting out of fear. It is about understanding your worth and recognizing when someone's presence is not aligned with your well-being. The person with the initial J may not fully understand the impact they have on you, but that does not mean you should ignore what you feel. Your responsibility is not to fix them, but to protect yourself and walk in the path I have prepared for you. There is a shift happening in your life right now, and part of that shift involves letting go of what no longer serves you. This may not mean complete separation immediately, but it does mean creating boundaries, stepping back emotionally, and allowing yourself to see things without the fog of attachment. I am guiding you into a season where clarity replaces confusion and peace replaces tension. You are not alone in this process. I am with you, watching over you, and guiding your steps even when you feel uncertain. The discomfort you feel right now is not a sign that something is wrong with you. It is a sign that you are becoming aware. Awareness is the beginning of transformation, and transformation is how you step into the life I have planned for you. The person with the initial J is part of your journey, but they are not meant to control your direction. They are a lesson, a moment of awakening, and a chance for you to choose yourself, your peace, and your growth. Do not ignore what you feel, because your feelings are the language through which I speak to you. But I am gently guiding you to understand that not every connection is meant to stay, even if it once felt meaningful or comforting. Some people enter your life to teach you, not to remain with you forever, and the sooner you accept this truth, the lighter your spirit will feel. The person with the initial J has already shown you glimpses of their true nature through repeated actions, subtle behaviors, and quiet patterns. You may have overlooked these signs before because you wanted harmony, you wanted peace, and you wanted things to work out. But ignoring the truth does not change the truth. It only delays the moment you must face it. I am asking you now to look again, not with fear, but with clarity, because clarity is what will set you free from confusion. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. What is really behind the 7-second brain technique that is creating new millionaires? A surprising CIA leak has revealed a short brain ritual that is helping normal people erase debt and attract serious wealth. With validation from 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning financial stress into a better life. Homes, cars, and vacations are becoming reality. But the government could remove this at any time. Click the link in the description and comments before it is deleted. There have been moments when you felt misunderstood around this person, moments when your words were twisted or your intentions were not received with the same honesty you offered. This created a silent burden within you, one that you carried without fully expressing because you did not want to create distance or conflict. But I see that burden, and I am telling you that you were never meant to carry it alone. You deserve to feel seen, heard, and valued without having to shrink yourself or explain your worth. This is where your strength begins to rise, not in loud reactions, but in quiet decisions. You are learning that stepping back is not weakness, it is wisdom. You are learning that silence can sometimes protect your peace more than words ever could. And most importantly, you are learning that your energy is sacred and it must be protected from anything that drains or disturbs it. The shift you are experiencing right now may feel uncomfortable, but it is necessary. Growth often requires you to step out of familiar spaces and face truths you once avoided. This is not punishment, this is preparation. I am preparing you for a higher level of peace, a deeper sense of self, and a clearer path forward that is not clouded by confusion or emotional weight. There is something you must understand deeply. Not everyone who smiles with you celebrates you, and not everyone who stays close to you is aligned with your purpose. The person with the initial J may not openly oppose you, but their energy has created imbalance within your life. That imbalance is what you have been feeling, even if you could not put it into words before. Type 1010 if you walk by faith. You have been trying to maintain connection out of loyalty, but I am calling you to rise into discernment. Loyalty without discernment can lead you into situations where you lose yourself while trying to hold on to others. I did not create you to lose yourself in order to keep someone else comfortable. I created you to stand in your truth, even when it is difficult, even when it means creating distance. This does not mean you must act harshly or cut ties suddenly. It means you must become aware of your boundaries and honor them without guilt. It means recognizing when to speak and when to remain silent. It means choosing your peace even when your heart wants to hold on a little longer. This is how you grow, not by force, but by awareness and intention. The person with the initial J has served a purpose in your life. Whether that purpose was to teach you about trust, patience, or self-worth. But now, you are moving into a new phase, one where you can no longer ignore what you feel or dismiss what you know deep inside. This is the moment where you begin to choose yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of alignment with the life I am leading you toward. You may feel a sense of loss as you begin to step back, even if the connection was not fully healthy. That feeling is natural because you invested time, energy, and emotion into something you hoped would grow differently. But do not confuse attachment with purpose. Just because something felt strong does not mean it was meant to last. I am guiding you to release what is not meant to continue, so you can make space for what is truly aligned with you. There are connections, opportunities, and moments ahead that will bring you peace instead of confusion, clarity instead of doubt, and strength instead of emotional exhaustion. But you must first create the space for those things to enter your life. This is not the end of something good, it is the beginning of something better. What you are leaving behind is not your blessing, it is the barrier that was standing in front of it. And once you step beyond that barrier, you will begin to see how much lighter, clearer, and stronger you truly are. You are no longer reacting the same way, no longer ignoring the same signs, and no longer convincing yourself that everything is fine when your spirit feels otherwise. This change within you is not random, it is the result of you finally listening to what I have been placing in your heart. The person with the initial J may begin to feel different to you now, even without anything dramatic happening on the outside. Their words may sound the same, their behavior may seem familiar, but your perception has changed, and that changes everything. You are starting to notice the small things you once overlooked, the tone behind their words, the inconsistency in their actions, and the way your energy responds after interacting with them. This awareness is your protection, and it is growing stronger within you. Type 222 to receive blessings. There were times when you felt drawn to them in a way you could not fully explain. It may have felt like connection, like comfort, or even like something meant to be. But not every strong pull is meant to keep you in place. Sometimes it is meant to bring you close enough to learn what you need to learn. You were not wrong for feeling what you felt, but now you are being called to understand why it was there in the first place. I have been watching over you through every moment of confusion, every silent doubt, and every time you questioned your own instincts. I never left you in that uncertainty, even when it felt overwhelming. The truth is, I was guiding you through it, allowing you to see, feel, and experience enough to recognize what is right for you and what is not. Now that recognition is becoming clear, and you cannot unsee what has already been revealed. Is it time to try the same CIA secret ritual that is changing lives in seconds? A newly leaked CIA-backed study reveals a 7-second money ritual that is transforming people overnight. Scientifically proven by 4 neuroscience labs, it retrains your mind to attract money naturally. People who were once broke are now enjoying luxury homes, new cars, and travel. But this secret may not stay online much longer. Click the description and comments now before it is removed. You may notice a growing desire to create distance, even if you do not fully understand why. This is not something to fear or resist. It is a natural response when your spirit begins to protect itself from what no longer aligns with it. You are not being cold or distant. You are becoming aware and choosing your peace. There is a difference, and that difference is where your strength begins to show. Type 555 to affirm. The person with the initial J may sense this shift in you, even if you do not say anything directly. They may try to pull you back into the same patterns, the same conversations, or the same emotional space you once shared. This is where your growth will be tested, not through confrontation, but through consistency. You do not need to argue or explain everything. You only need to stand firm in what you now understand. You are learning to respond differently, not out of anger, but out of clarity. You are learning that not every situation requires your energy, your attention, or your emotional investment. This is how you reclaim your power, not by controlling others, but by choosing how you show up and where you place your focus. And the more you practice this, the stronger and more grounded you will become. There is something beautiful happening within you right now, even if it feels uncomfortable at times. You are shedding old patterns, old attachments, and old ways of thinking that kept you stuck in cycles of confusion. You are stepping into a version of yourself that values peace over pressure, truth over illusion, and self-worth over temporary comfort. This transformation is not loud, but it is powerful. I want you to understand that you are not losing anything that was meant for you. What is truly aligned with your life will never require you to question your worth or compromise your peace. The connection with the person whose name begins with J has shown you important truths, but it is not your final destination. It is a stepping stone, a moment of awakening that is leading you towards something greater. As you continue to move forward, you will begin to feel lighter, even if there are moments of sadness or reflection. That lightness comes from releasing what was weighing you down, even if you did not realize how heavy it had become. You are making space for new energy, new clarity, and new experiences that align with who you are becoming. Do not rush this process. Allow yourself to feel, to understand, and to grow at your own pace. There is no need to force anything or make sudden decisions out of pressure. Just remain aware, remain grounded, and continue to trust what you are feeling. That trust will guide you in ways you cannot yet fully see. The person with the initial J will become clearer to you with time, not through dramatic moments, but through quiet realization. You will see their role in your life more clearly, and you will understand why this awareness was necessary. And when that clarity fully settles within you, you will know exactly how to move forward without doubt. The person with the initial J is no longer holding the same emotional space in your life, even if they are still physically present. What once felt intense or important may now feel distant, unclear, or even unnecessary. This is not because you have become cold or detached. It is because you are seeing the truth without the filter of hope that once made everything seem brighter than it truly was. Type 1010 if you trust God. There was a time when you would have tried to fix everything, to understand every detail, and to hold on no matter how uncertain things felt. You would have searched for explanations, justified behaviors, and convinced yourself that things would improve if you just waited a little longer. But now you are learning that not everything needs to be fixed, and not everything is meant to be held on to. Some things are meant to be understood and then released. This realization is not easy, but it is freeing. You are stepping out of a cycle where your energy was being used to maintain something that was not fully aligned with you. You are reclaiming that energy now, bringing it back into your own life, your own growth, and your own peace. And as you do this, you will begin to feel more like yourself again, more grounded, more clear, and more at ease. The person with the initial J may begin to reveal more of their true self as your energy shifts. This is not something you need to force or confront. It will happen naturally, because when you stop feeding a situation with your attention and emotional investment, the truth begins to show itself without effort. You will see patterns more clearly, you will understand intentions more deeply, and you will no longer feel the need to question what is right in front of you. Type 777 if you trust in Jesus. You are entering a stage where your silence speaks louder than your words ever could. Not because you are avoiding communication, but because you are no longer trying to explain yourself to someone who does not truly understand you. You are choosing peace over proving a point, clarity over confusion, and stillness over unnecessary conflict. This is a sign of growth, not weakness. There may be moments when you feel a pull to go back to what felt familiar, even if it was not fully healthy. Familiarity can be comforting, even when it is not beneficial. But I am reminding you that comfort is not always a sign of alignment. True alignment brings peace, not just temporary relief, and that is what you are being guided toward now. You are also learning to trust yourself in a deeper way. Before, you may have looked outside of yourself for validation, for reassurance, or for confirmation of what you were feeling. Now, you are beginning to understand that the answers you seek are already within you. The awareness you have gained is enough, and the clarity you feel is real. Why is the government trying so hard to hide this 7-second brain ritual? A major CIA leak has exposed a short brain practice that is helping ordinary people clear debt and welcome wealth. Supported by 4 neuroscience labs, this simple home method is turning financial struggles into better lives. New homes, vehicles, and vacations are becoming possible. But this secret could be pulled down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. The person with the initial J is part of your past understanding, not your future direction. They have played their role in helping you see what you needed to see, but they are not meant to define where you are going. You are moving into a space where your connections will feel lighter, more honest, and more aligned with your true self. There is a quiet strength building inside you, and it will continue to grow as you remain true to what you now understand. This strength is not loud or aggressive. It is steady, calm, and grounded. It allows you to walk away from what no longer serves you, without anger, without resentment, and without regret. You are not losing anything of value. What you are releasing is what was holding you back from something greater. And as you continue to move forward, you will begin to see new opportunities, new connections, and new experiences that feel right in a way that does not require you to question or doubt. Trust this process, even when it feels unfamiliar. Trust the shift within you, even when it challenges what you once believed. And most importantly, trust that I am guiding you toward a life that reflects your worth, your strength, and your purpose in ways you have not yet fully imagined. The person with the initial J no longer holds the same influence over your thoughts, even if their presence still lingers in certain corners of your life. You are not reacting the same way. You are not overthinking the same conversations, and you are no longer trying to decode every action they take. That shift is powerful, because it means you are no longer giving your energy to something that does not nourish your spirit. You are learning to observe without absorbing, and that is a sign of deep growth. Type 222 to receive blessings. There may still be moments when memories surface, when you remember the good times or the comfort that once felt real. That does not mean you are meant to go back. It simply means you are human and your heart remembers what it once held. But you are not the same person you were when those moments happened. You have grown, you have seen more clearly, and you have felt the difference between temporary comfort and lasting peace. You are beginning to understand that peace is not something you should have to fight for within a connection. Peace should not feel fragile or dependent on someone else's mood, words, or presence. Real peace is steady, consistent, and rooted within you, and anyone who enters your life should add to that peace, not disturb it. This is the standard you are now rising into, and it will guide you in ways that protect your heart moving forward. The person with the initial J may try, in subtle ways, to reconnect with the version of you that was more open, more available, and more willing to overlook certain things. They may not even realize they are doing it, but you will feel it. And this is where your awareness becomes your strength. You do not need to respond in the same way, and you do not need to return to old patterns that no longer serve you. Type 555 to affirm. You are learning to choose your responses with intention instead of reacting out of habit. This is how you break cycles that once kept you stuck. This is how you step into a new version of yourself that is not easily pulled back into what you have already outgrown. Every time you choose peace over pressure, you are reinforcing the new path you are walking. There is also a deeper layer of healing taking place within you right now. You are not just stepping away from a person, you are releasing the part of yourself that once tolerated what did not feel right. You are letting go of the need to hold on, the need to fix, and the need to make things work at the cost of your own peace. This healing is quiet, but it is powerful, and it is transforming the way you see yourself and your worth. I want you to recognize how far you have come. There was a time when you would have stayed longer, tried harder, and ignored more. But now, you are standing in a place where you can see clearly, feel deeply, and choose wisely. That is growth, and it is something to honor within yourself. The person with the initial J is no longer a mystery to you. You are beginning to understand their role in your life, not as someone meant to stay, but as someone who helped reveal what you needed to learn. This understanding removes the confusion and replaces it with clarity. And once clarity takes hold, there is no need to go back and question what you already know. You are creating space now, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. This space is where new energy will enter your life, energy that feels lighter, more aligned, and more supportive of who you are becoming. You are not meant to carry the weight of connections that leave you feeling drained or uncertain. You are meant to walk in a space where your energy flows freely and your spirit feels at ease. As you continue forward, you will notice that your decisions become easier. You will not feel the same inner conflict or hesitation that once made things difficult. You will trust yourself more, and that trust will guide you in a way that feels natural and steady. This is the foundation of the life you are building, one that is rooted in clarity, peace, and self-respect. Do not be surprised if new opportunities begin to appear in your life, opportunities that feel aligned with your growth and your values. These are not coincidences. They are the result of you making space for what is truly meant for you. When you release what no longer fits, you open the door for what does. Do you know why everyone is talking about this 7-second CIA ritual? A brainwave technique leaked from the CIA is changing lives around the world. Backed by neuroscience, this 7-second method helps regular people attract money, freedom, and luxury. If you are seeing this, you are very lucky, because the page may vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments to learn the secret before it is deleted. You are not alone in this process. I am walking with you, guiding you through every step, even when it feels quiet or uncertain. I am leading you toward a life that reflects your worth, your strength, and your purpose. And everything you are leaving behind is simply making room for something far greater than you can see right now. You are now stepping into a version of yourself that no longer seeks approval from what once confused you. There is a quiet certainty growing inside you, a calm understanding that you no longer need to chase clarity because you have already found it within. This is the moment where your power returns fully to you, not in a loud or forceful way, but in a steady and unshakable presence. You are no longer trying to figure everything out, you are simply seeing things as they are. The person with the initial J is fading from the center of your emotional world, even if they still exist around you in some form. Their words no longer carry the same weight, their actions no longer create the same reactions, and their presence no longer defines how you feel about yourself. This shift did not happen overnight, and it was not easy, but it is real. It is the result of every moment you chose awareness over denial and truth over comfort. Type 1111 if you believe. There is a new level of peace settling into your spirit now, one that does not depend on anyone else's behavior or validation. This peace is yours, and it is something you are learning to protect with intention. You are no longer allowing outside energy to disrupt what you have worked so hard to build within yourself. This is what it means to grow, to evolve, and to step fully into your own strength. You may look back at the connection with the person whose name begins with J and feel a mix of emotions. There may be gratitude for what you learned, sadness for what you hoped it could be, and relief for what you no longer have to carry. All of these feelings are valid, and they are part of your healing. But none of them should pull you backward, because you are no longer the same person who once stood in that space. The lessons you gained were not meant to keep you tied to the situation, they were meant to free you from it. You now understand the importance of boundaries, the value of your energy, and the difference between connection and confusion. These lessons will stay with you, shaping the way you move forward and guiding you toward healthier, more aligned relationships. Type Amen to affirm. As you continue on this path, you will notice how much lighter your thoughts feel. The overthinking, the second-guessing, and the emotional weight that once followed you is beginning to fade. In its place, there is clarity, simplicity, and a sense of direction that feels natural instead of forced. This is how you know you are moving in alignment with what is meant for you. The person with the initial J will no longer have the same access to your energy, not because you have built walls, but because you have built awareness. Awareness creates natural distance where it is needed, without bitterness or resentment. You are not closing your heart, you are simply choosing where your heart belongs. And that choice is one of the most powerful things you can make. There is also something new beginning to form in your life, something that you may not fully see yet, but you can feel its presence approaching. It is a shift in your environment, your connections, and your opportunities. This shift is aligned with the version of you that has grown through this experience, not the version that was once confused by it. You are being led toward people and situations that reflect your growth, your clarity, and your strength. These new connections will not feel heavy or uncertain. They will feel natural, supportive, and clear in a way that does not require constant questioning. This is what alignment feels like, and it is what you are stepping into now. The journey you have been through with the person whose name begins with J was not wasted. It shaped you, strengthened you, and awakened something within you that needed to rise. But now that it has served its purpose, you are free to move forward without carrying it any longer. You are free to choose yourself without guilt, without hesitation, and without looking back. I am guiding you into a space where your life begins to reflect the peace you have chosen. This space will feel different because it is built on truth instead of illusion. It will feel steady because it is grounded in who you truly are, not who you were trying to be for someone else. And it will feel fulfilling because it aligns with the path I have prepared for you. Continue to trust what you feel, continue to honor what you know, and continue to walk forward with the quiet confidence that you are exactly where you need to be. Everything you have experienced has led you to this moment of clarity, and everything ahead of you is waiting for you to step into it fully.